Hi, long time no see and welcome to this vlog of my trip to Japan. A bit of context before we start. Last year, my cosplay partner in crime, Anna, and I won Best Performance at the cosplay competition ECG in France with our The Last of Us cosplays. For this, we won a trip to Japan, sponsored by, of course, Japanxpo, Kansai Airport, Osaka Tourist Bureau and Nankai Railroad. So, about 10 months after ECG, we were on our way to Japan. For me, this was the third time, but for Anna, it was her first time for going to Japan.
Tired travel face.
At the airport, we got picked up by Eddie and Yukiko from Kansai Airport, who took us to our hotel. At this point, we had traveled for over 24 hours, so we were pretty tired. When traveling, Anna and I always just get one room, so for the first time we had separate rooms, which someone enjoyed quite a lot. No, jokes aside, it actually felt quite weird to have separate rooms. But no time to waste, so we headed out to find an ATM and some food. We got money. Let's spend them all. Spend the money! In our quest to find dinner, we quickly stumbled upon a snack we simply couldn't resist.
Taste test. It's good. Very good. The strawberry taste much better than I expected.
But afterwards, as the adults we were, we of course found real food. And more snacks. The first real day in Japan had started, and we were asked to wear cosplays for the whole day.
This time, got my coffee. And now, we need to make this tired ass poofy face into a shining diamond. We better get started. I'm so nervous for today. But don't worry, I brought all of the big stuff. Let's do it.
I had not done the makeup for Diamond since 2019, so I was a little nervous if I could remember how to do it at all. But everything went so well.
Okay. I think I have enough sparkle on my face. So let's grab the cosplay and get this started.
A quick change into our cosplays and we were ready to discover Osaka with our guides. Oh yeah, by the way, these two are Terry and Kate and they won first place at ECG, so they also won a trip to Japan. We started off by visiting different anime and cosplay themed shops.
This is heaven.
Oh yes, the temptation of buying wigs for cosplays you may or may not ever get to do was strong.
You can literally get every color. It's very cool.
Help me.
Thank you!
And so Anna was introduced to gacha machines and an addiction was started.
Which one did you get?
I think it's the shark one.
Throughout this vlog, you might be able to spot a certain theme of cats when it comes to Anna.
Which one? Oh, it's the one with the mouse.
And gloves were definitely not the best choice for the gacha job, but our guides were always ready to help us support our addiction.
Cute! Red dogs, red dogs. Okay, which one do you want?
I really like the white one.
The white one?
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, me too, me too.
That
or this one.
or that one, yeah.
Oh, this one is also good. Okay. I think it's...
Oh, it's a brown one?
It's a brown one.
Oh my god.
That is cute.
Oh my god. But they're all so cute.
After some shopping and a lot of gacha machines, it was time for our lunch at a special place. Yes, our lunch was served at a Maid Café. And here we got to try everything a Maid Café has to offer. And I of course had to get a panda drawn on my coffee. And Anna got the cutest cat. Again, see, with the cat theme. And before we knew it, it was time for the performance. And when the food arrived, things just got wild. We left the cafe so full and with our blood sugar skyrocketing. But it was really a fun experience. And if we hadn't gotten enough impressions, we continued to animate for some more shopping. And again, we had to support our addiction. Come to think of it, maybe I have a little theme going on myself with Haikyuu. But really, can you blame me? And next up, Tsutenkaku Tower. Here we were greeted by the manager of the tower and shown around. We were told if we touched the feet and toes of the statue, it would bring us luck. Or was it we got a wish fulfilled? I can't remember, but one of them. At least afterwards we got to write one of our wishes down. And for all the Danes out here, you might be able to tell what I wrote. Another thing, since this trip was sponsored, I can't count how many pictures I have gotten with Japanese men I have no clue who is. Many semi-awkward pictures later, and we got to try the slide.
Look at me. Sayonara. Bye-bye. Action. Okay, lay down. Okay, go.
After the slide, we got out to this outpost to get some cool pictures taken. After the pictures, we got bundled up so we could take a nice little walk around the tower. And as we walked around the tower, there were some spots where we could get more pictures taken.
わあ、あんな、おお、すごい。すごい。わあ、怖い。怖い。
And then the nice time was over. Next on the program, a little dive. I have tried bungee jump before, and just like last time, my legs wouldn't let me jump. But I guess it's a good thing that your brain wants to stop you from stepping into thin air, I guess. But in the end, I convinced my brain it was a brilliant idea to fall 14 meters. With all of that, it was out of the tower and into the bustling Osaka night.
How are you feeling? Great. A little bit tired. It's been a long day, so we're gonna find some food now, some dinner. We jumped some kind of bungee jump.
Dive.
A dive jump, yeah, which was crazy. So yeah, I think that's kind of the highlight of the day, apart from...
There's a lot of highlights.
Yeah, that's a lot, but that's the most recent one. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. The shock is still in the body, I think.
But I think we're gonna sleep great.
I'm ready for food. After an incredible day, we were treated to some very nice food. And what better than to have local guides who could just order so we could try different things. Second day, and it was time for the big parade. I didn't have time to practice the makeup for Levi before we left, so I was again a little bit nervous about the makeup. And it was not like we were gonna be in front of a lot of people. So, you know, no pressure.
You're doing fine, sweetie.
And I think my brain was like, everything is going so smooth. Why don't I create a little bit of chaos by making you think you can't find your wig? So yeah, we had a solid half hour where I thought my wig was gone, and we went out to the street to see if we could buy a new one, which I could style, but anyway, in the end, I found my wig in one of my bags, so everything was fine. But wasn't that just fun? Since we were gonna be part of the parade, we had to head over so we could be behind the stage. But on the way over there, we got to see some really cool cosplays on the way. Words cannot describe how hot this was. I had several layers of very warm clothes on me, and the sun was out and the temperature was high, and we were slowly melting as we were waiting to get on stage. But at last, it was our time. Oh yeah, and if we weren't nervous enough, they had asked us the night before, if we could just speak a little bit of Japanese on stage.
こんにちは、皆さん。私のお名前はリキです。ヘダです。デンマークから来ました。はじめまして。
Then we also had to talk about our favorite animes, but luckily that got translated for us. Then a lot of pictures was taken and time to pose with the mayor of Osaka. It was, by the way, a total coincidence that he was also cosplaying from Attack on Titan. And then we got to be part of the parade and walk down the street with so many people being there. After the parade, which was by the way so much fun to be part of, we got escorted over to another area where photographers were staying. This place was filled with cosplayers and it was amazing to just go around and look at all the cosplays. Remember the many layers of clothes I mentioned earlier? Well, we were simply melting at this point, so we headed back to the hotel. After a well-needed shower and some new clothes, we decided to check out the area and hopefully find some dinner. But we quickly got distracted by ceramics and Daiso. I can't remember if there were 6 or 7 floors in this Daiso store, but nevertheless it was huge. And we also decided to go back to one of the shops we visited one of the first days, cause they had a lot of good cosplay stuff. But we did succeed in our original mission of finding dinner. We were pretty tired after this long day, so things got a little bit silly back at the hotel. Yep, sorry, no subtitles for her.
Show us what you got. Another guy.
Oh my god.
Oh, hold on. Perfect. This will be me in the flight.
I don't know what you look like.
Do I look beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah, I think our brains had melted from the heat and the many impressions. But a good night of sleep luckily restored most of our sanity. And this would be our last day in cosplays.
True cosplay experience.
But walking around in our cosplays had taken a toll on them, so we had to fix some small things here and there. And for today, our first stop was Osaka Castle. And Lord and behold, it was another hot day. Before this trip, Anna and I actually thought a lot about which cosplays would be most comfortable to bring for these days, because we knew we would walk a lot around and it might be hot as well. And I think Land of the Lustrous was actually a solid choice. Even though we are sweating quite a lot, the fabric is almost like a swimsuit. Unfortunately, the line to get into Osaka Castle was so long that we decided not to go. Instead, we headed into Kyoto Museum. But since we were not allowed to film in there, I'll just show you some quick pictures from it. For lunch, we were treated to Okonomiyaki Osaka style. After lunch, we went out to the bustling street to get the iconic picture with the Running Man. The day ended with a visit at Osaka Tourist Bureau and meeting their very energetic boss. It had gotten quite late before we got back to the hotel, so we didn't really want to walk around too long to find food, so quick convenience store food was the choice this evening. And with that, our last evening in Osaka ended. The next day, it was now the Nankai company who took over, and we would be headed for Koyasan. We had to change transportation quite a lot of times, so I was really happy we had guides that was taking care of everything and we just had to follow along. And I don't think it's necessary at all for me to tell you how beautiful this area was. For lunch we were taking to Tempu Terrace, which felt very special since the restaurant normally had closed this day, but the owner had opened it just for us. This restaurant uses locally grown vegetables, and let me tell you, our vegan curry was so damn good. Terry and Chris got their vegan burger and they said it was incredible with the best fries they ever had. The restaurant also had an amazing shop downstairs with so many nice products. With our stomachs filled, we headed over to the temple to be part of a Goma prayer, or a fire ceremony. We first had to write down a wish or something we was hoping would be fulfilled, and it would later be thrown into the fire. And with that, the very long ceremony started. I'm not sure, but I think it lasted 2 hours, and at the end it was so hot in that room. After the sauna, we were treated to a guided walk around the Okuno-in cemetery. Half of the tour our guide Patrick would tell stories about the cemetery, and the other half we would just walk and look at all of the beauty around us. The cemetery opened back in 835 and has over 200,000 graves, and it's still being used to this day. And we were ready to check in at the Shoujoshin Inn. This temple has a long history and is as old as the cemetery, so history and tradition was everywhere to be found here.
Hello there. Salamandra?
As you can imagine, it was quite easy to feel calm and relaxed in these settings. For dinner, we were told we would have Buddhist cuisine, which got served in these smaller cozy rooms. Dinner was great, but half of the things I had no idea what they were. We decided that the cemetery was so beautiful that we also wanted to see it at night. And lucky for us, it was basically in the backyard of the temple. With no guide this time, we wanted to explore the area further and walked into some of the small trails. In here, it was pure magic and so quiet, you couldn't hear a single sound. It truly felt like you were in some kind of movie. There was so much to see and discover on these small trails. But as it was quickly becoming dark, we decided to stay on the main road. At the back of the cemetery, you could light a candle for someone you wanted to send a prayer or a thought to. And with that magical and peaceful walk, we headed back to the temple. After soaking in hot water and drinking tea, we simply couldn't ask for more of this day and headed to bed. The next day we were lucky again to get a guided tour, and this time at the Dojo Garan. This area is so deeply rooted in Buddhism, culture and tradition. Once again our guide was Patrick, and he was telling us about the rituals and history of the buildings and area. And it was amazing to hear what these buildings had survived, not only harsh weather, but also silly humans. Over 1200 years ago, Kobodaishi built the first esoteric Buddhist temple here. So this place was filled with history. I was so glad we had a guide with us, so I could ask all of the questions that just kept popping up as we were walking around. After Dojo Garan, we were popped into a taxi and driven down the mountain to get our lunch at the cutest restaurant made from an old train carriage.
Very nice.
The lunch here was so delicious and made with venison meat from the area. And as you can see, we were always accompanied by a squad of guides. No excuse for feeling lonely on this trip. There were always a tight schedule to follow, but after lunch we had some time to roam around and explore the area before our next stop. And don't get fooled by the sound of the wind, this day was also very hot. Another taxi ride later and we were at the Jisonin temple. In some areas we were not allowed to film here, but take my word for it, it was once again a very beautiful and history-filled area. And then it was time for the exercise of the day with a nice little walk upstairs. But it was all worth it, because next on the program was a Kamizuki experience, which is making paper the traditional way of this area. We had the loveliest old Japanese lady as instructor, and I always wanted to try making paper, so this was a total blast for me. We got to use leaves and flowers we could find to put into the paper and decorate it with it. And then we sealed it all in with another layer of the paper mixture. This was really one of the highlights of the trip for me, since I love nothing more than learn a new craft or skill, which is probably why I'm still stuck in the claws of cosplaying.
Now let's take it to the area. And just place it like number 5 and number 6. I mean, okay.
In total, we got to make 3 pieces of paper, and if I look bored, I'm really not. I'm simply in total zen and completely relaxed.
Yeah, let's try and take off the frame for now.
Okay.
Oh.
オッケーオッケー。はい、じゃあこっちに。
Oh.
はい、じゃあ3枚目にしましょうか。ボタン、はい、ここ、はい、貼ってください。はい、そうそうそう。じゃあここに、はい、よいしょ。ここに、はい、ここに、タオルで、タオルで。
Take out the excess water.
はい、水気を取っていきます。はい。
Now all that was left to do was to let the papers dry, and they told us they would send the papers to us once they were ready. This is such a nice souvenir, and I can't wait to receive the finished paper. Not that I would ever use them, but maybe I can frame them with a little picture of the day as well. Again, there was a small break in the schedule, so we could just sit around, enjoy the view and the calmness of the place.
So pretty. And hot.
And then Anna was attacked by the mosquitoes, but the nice lady came to rescue her. Our last stop of the day was the Sandai Museum, and since it was all about samurais, we got to make a helmet as well. I think it's usually kids who makes these helmets, but it was still cozy to sit and do some simple crafting. And afterwards they wanted some pictures with the helmets, and a staff member helped us getting the correct samurai poses. But after the little shoot, we got to play around and see the rest of the museum.
You got another one!
Oh, good job. Whoa!
After we left the museum and the very nice staff, we headed to the station where we said goodbye to our guides and Kate and Terry, as they would head back home to Czech Republic and we would continue to Kyoto. This was the end of the sponsored trip, but we had extended the trip with some more days in Kyoto and Tokyo. I don't have any footage of the terrible trip from Osaka to Kyoto with 3 big suitcases and 2 bags, but we made it to Kyoto very tired in the evening. The next day, however, we were ready for a new adventure, and this time on our own and not with a squad of Japanese guides with us. We stumbled upon a little cafe, which turned out to be a wheelchair cafe. By the way, the cafe was not empty, we were just seated in the section with no people. After some great food and a well-needed iced coffee, we went to Fushimi Inari Taisha. I think we probably went on the busiest time of the day, as you can see with the amount of people there were. But the further up we got, the less people there were.
Hello! Welcome to my place.
Ah, a troll!
MTV Crib.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is where I live.
Oh, do show me around.
Oh, yes. Little spice. Here we have my place to put up my candles. Here we go. Need some candles.
Yes, girl needs candles.
Here, I really like boxes. So I have a lot of boxes.
Like the little Dora the Explorers, where we of course had to walk down all the little trails and look around. And here we found some incredible beautiful places. And I guess since most people stay on the main road, we had these places almost to ourselves. Except of course for the company of some crows. The closer we got to the top, the lesser and lesser people we found. And I really don't blame them, because this was a hot, sunny day, not ideal for a long walk.
So warm. I'm sweating. Me too.
But nobody's up here now. It's so nice. It's so calm and peaceful.
Yeah. Very nice. You can't hear the city at all.
Not at all.
And here's the evidence that we actually made it to the top, but it was a little bit crowded up there, so I didn't get to film anything. And with that, we headed back down again. But we were in no hurry, so plenty of time to still explore around. And with that hard work, we decided we needed some snacks. And luckily for us, there was a small food market just around the corner. First we got grilled dango with this savory soy sauce on top.
Is it good?
So good.
Next up we needed a cool snack, and Anna got shaved ice and I got strawberry soft ice cream. And if you thought our addiction was over, guess again.
Which is it? Yeah, I was looking at this one. I really wanted it. Oh, it's so cute.
After this we headed back to our hotel, grabbed our bags and headed to our new hotel. And again I will spare you from the transport with 3 suitcases and 2 bags. Just imagine we calmly arrived at our hotel, or Ryokan in this case, which is a more traditional type of hotel.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there.
Oh,
Welcome to my bathroom.
thank you.
I cannot stress enough how beautiful this Ryokan was, and the staff was absolutely delightful. They were almost tripping over each other to help us out with everything. And this was just what we needed after some very long days. A quick shower later, we decided to explore the area and find some dinner, but was quickly distracted by the sunset. I don't know why any restaurants weren't open this Thursday evening, but luckily we stumbled upon one that was. Since it was on the fancier side, I was too shy to film in there, but the food was excellent. And afterwards we were lucky once again, as we got to have the hot tubs all to ourselves.
Hell yeah.
After soaking for about an hour in the warm water, we were ready for a nice, calm evening in our room.
Yes. Let's get something cold to drink. Madam? Serve me.
Glasses.
Yes, get the glasses. Excellent, excellent. Pour me a drink.
Would you prefer the grape one or like the peach one?
I want the peach. Let's try the peach.
As a fine lady would.
Yes, that's me. A fine lady.
This area and this Ryokan got me feeling so calm. I can't remember the last time I had relaxed so much like this. And if we weren't relaxed enough, the breakfast definitely took care of the rest. Enough relaxing, it was now time to jump on the Shinkansen and head to Tokyo. Again, just take my word for it that traveling with 3 suitcases, 2 bags is not a pleasant thing to do, especially not in crowded stations. But in the end, we once again survived and arrived at our hotel in Tokyo. After dumping our stuff in our room, we quickly went out to meet one of my friends who was also in Tokyo on a cute cafe. After some delicious cake and coffee, she took us to a night street food market. Which was so crowded, we ended up retrieving to a calmer area next to it. The following day we were pretty tired, so we decided coffee was the right way to start, and we found this cute coffee shop just around the corner from our hotel. The owner, he was the sweetest, and I think this coffee was probably one of the best coffees I ever had. Excellent way to start off with, but since we were so filled up with impressions, we decided that this day would just be some simple shopping and eating good food. But we did make the horrible mistake of going into Don Quixote. Who plays this kind of music in a store? After losing our sanity in there, we went on an eating spree to recover our sanity. Shopping is hard work and we quickly ran out of stamina, so after a short break, we retreat back to our hotel.
What a day. What are you feeling?
No more shopping.
No more shopping.
But as I said, our goal for the day was to eat a lot of food, so we had to pick ourselves up, fight through the rain, so we could eat some good ramen. The coffee we had the day before was simply so good that the following day we had to come back. This was our final day in Tokyo and we were still so tired that we decided today would just be a relaxing spa day. Of course, we were not so lucky as in Kyoto to have it all to ourselves, so of course I couldn't film anything inside the spa. But I could film all the food we ate afterwards. There isn't really much to show or tell about the rest of the day, other than we were completely relaxed when we left the spa and we had great curry for dinner. And with that, our trip in Japan was coming to an end. All we had left was getting us, the 3 suitcases and the bags, back to Osaka to catch our flight home. I'll spare you the details, but traveling is not fun, and luckily we had plenty of time, so in the end we made it and came home safely back to Denmark, where my cat Maho was very happy to see me again. If you have watched all the way until this point, thank you so much. I still can't believe my hobby of cosplay made it so I could travel to Japan and have this incredible trip. A warm thanks to everyone who made the trip possible, and a huge thanks to Anna for never doubting my insane cosplay ideas and always being a great sport about what I put her through. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in another one.